All right, let's talk about one of the biggest hurdles for anyone learning English. It's that constant translating you do in your head. Well, today, we're going to show you exactly how to break that habit and finally start thinking in English. Let's jump in.
You know the feeling, right? You want to say something, so first you build the sentence perfectly in your own language. Then you start this word-for-word translation in your head. And by the time you're finally ready to speak, the moment's gone. The conversation has moved on. It is so frustrating, and almost everyone goes through it.
Think of it like a constant traffic jam in your brain. It just makes everything feel slow, kind of clumsy. You're working so hard on just translating that you can't really be present and natural in the conversation. But here's the thing. This isn't a fluency problem. It's a processing problem. And the great news is, it is absolutely fixable.
To see how we fix it, we got to look at a little bit of the science behind how your brain even learns a language. The easiest way to think about it is that you have two different brains for English. You've got your translator brain and your thinker brain. Right now, that translator is probably doing all the heavy lifting. Our goal is to wake up the thinker.
Okay, so check this out. This slide is key. On one side, you've got the translator brain. This is your conscious brain. It uses what scientists call explicit knowledge, the stuff you actively memorized. It's slow, it takes a ton of effort, and it's always connecting English back to your native language. But then, on the other side, that's our goal, the thinker brain. It runs on implicit knowledge. It's unconscious, it's fast, it feels effortless, and it connects English words directly to a meaning or an image. That is fluency.
And wow, this chart really shows you the cost of translating. Just look at the mental energy that translator brain uses up. It's like you're trying to solve a complicated math problem for every single sentence you speak. But the thinker brain, it's incredibly efficient. It just gets it. What we want to do is shift the workload from that exhausting, high-effort mode to something way more automatic.
And hey, this isn't just some theory. This quote is from an actual research study with a beginner, just like you. Look at that change. They stopped translating and started imagining. They switched from their slow translator brain to their fast thinker brain. And what happened? They understood better and they were faster. This is real proof that anyone at any level can make the switch.
Okay, so we get the why. It's pretty clear we need to wake up this powerful, super efficient thinker brain. But the big question is, how? How do you actually do it? Well, it all comes down to three really practical steps.
All right, step one. This is mission critical. We have to intentionally break that translation habit. We need to stop using that old, slow mental pathway and start building a new, super fast connection, one that goes directly from an English word straight to its meaning. This visual makes it so clear. The old way is like taking a slow detour. You see the word cat, you think of the word for it in your language, and then you finally picture the animal. The new way is a fast highway. You see the word cat and your brain immediately jumps to the image of a furry little animal. You're literally cutting out the middleman. So next time you learn a word, try this. Don't write down the translation. Instead, find a picture of it. So building those direct links is a fantastic start. But to make them really strong, to make those new pathways permanent, you need to surround yourself with English. You have to create an environment where your thinker brain is getting a workout all the time.
And the best part is, you don't need to move to another country to do this. Seriously. Change your phone's language setting to English. Listen to English podcasts while you're driving or cleaning. Watch your favorite shows in English. The whole point is to make English a totally normal part of your everyday life, not just some subject you have to study. This kind of passive learning is incredibly powerful.
Okay, so we're building direct links. We're creating our immersion bubble. There's just one more piece to the puzzle. How do we make those connections not just strong, but fast? Like lightning fast? Well, that brings us to our final step, practicing for speed. This is how we make thinking in English feel like second nature.
There's actually a cool sciencey word for this. It's called automatization. It's the process that turns something you have to think about really hard, like when you first learn to drive and you're thinking about every little move, into something that's totally automatic. You just do it. That's exactly what we want to happen with your English.
So how do we get to that automatic state? You're going to love how simple the answer is. Repetition and consistent practice. That's it. Every single time you watch a show, listen to a song, or read something in English, you are making those direct links stronger and faster. It's this consistency that transforms that slow, clunky knowledge into a fast, effortless skill.
Okay, let's put it all together.
The path from feeling like a frustrated translator to becoming a confident English thinker isn't about studying harder, it's about training your brain smarter. So here's your game plan. Number 1, actively build those direct links between English words and their meaning. 2, create your own little immersion world where English is just everywhere. And 3, practice, practice, practice to make it all automatic, fast, and easy.
When you follow these steps, you're not just learning vocabulary, you are fundamentally rewiring how your brain deals with English. You're going to move past that slow, frustrating translation stage and unlock that fast, natural, confident communication that you've been working so hard for.
You officially have the blueprint. You know how to activate your thinker brain and completely change your relationship with English. So the only question left is, what's the first thing, the first small step that you are going to take today to start this journey?